Hello and welcome to Kirwan State High School's virtual newsletter for week 2 of term 4 of 2021. It's a really exciting time at Kirwan High at the moment, and students are really busily preparing for a whole range of different forms of assessment, particularly in Year 11 and 12. Next week is the commencement of our Year 11 block exam week, where for the first time students get that opportunity to really practice the big external type exams that they'll be doing at the end of grade 12. Following this, our Year 11 students will be participating in Leadership Week with some of our students attending a leadership camp off-site and others completing the leadership program here at Kirwan State High School. That is always a highlight of the year, and we really look forward to seeing the fantastic engagement of our Year 11 students in that program. As well as that, of course, this time of year we do need to mention that our Year 12 students are about to go into their external exams. These begin on Friday of week 3 and continue for several weeks. These exams are set by the QCAA. There's not the capacity to negotiate around that timetable. Students are required to attend each and every exam that they are scheduled to do. And it's really important that they take the opportunity over this last week to engage with their teachers, make sure that they're as prepared as possible as they go into that examination week period. And finally, I'd just like to report that we had this week the launch of the Community Services Gateway to Industry Hub at Kirwan State High School. This is the first such hub in North Queensland, and it's a really exciting opportunity for our students to connect to opportunities that exist within the community services sector. The community service sector, of course, is growing rapidly and is such an important part of the way that our society functions, with opportunities for students to work in a whole range of different areas where really the focus is on caring for others, whether it is through direct support, education, awareness building, mental health, and things like that. So there are a huge number of opportunities, and I know for our students who really do want to make a difference in the world, they are looking for opportunities to choose a career where they really can actually make a difference in the life of another, and the community services certainly represents that. So at this launch, we were represented with a range of staff, as well as there were a number of community service organisations present, and Mayor Jenny Hill and Assistant Regional Director Grant Dale were also present as we signed off the Memorandum of Understanding and launched this important hub at Kirwan State High School. So there will be many opportunities for students in years to come that come from this Community Services Gateway to Industry Hub. Today we're going to check in with one of our guidance officers around Mental Health Week, and we're also going to spend a few moments just reflecting a little bit with our school captains, BRAYDON and Molly, as they wind up their last regular lessons at Kirwan State High School and begin to transition to that external exam period. So as we approach the end of Year 12, I'm joined now by school captains BRAYDON and Molly, and we thought we would just reflect a little bit on the last couple of years and get their thoughts on I guess the looming end of grade 12 of them. So welcome, and I guess my first question is, there's only I think a few regular school days before you go into exams, and it's all going to happen really quickly. How are you and your cohort feeling about the end of grade 12?
I think we're all pretty nervous as a whole, just because you're at school for so long. It's so scary to think suddenly you're not going to be there anymore. But I think everyone's doing a pretty good job making sure their friends are all okay, and making sure that we're ready. Some of us are. It's still hard to, I guess, wrap our heads around it. Yeah. But we're getting there. Yeah.
And BRAYDON, you've got the exams coming up. Obviously, there's a lot to do before the end of the year. What about the exams? Are you ready for those?
I don't think you can ever truly be prepared for them. Yeah. We don't really know what's going to be on them, so you do your best you can to cover as many bases as possible.
Yep, that's right. Work hard. Nothing's going to replace that.
Yeah.
Okay, and I guess it's also a really important time, and it's important that you I guess making the most of it and making memories that you're going to keep for a very long time from this finish. Okay, talk to me a little bit about some of the highlights over the last couple of years. What are things that have really stood out for you?
This year, I would probably say Clean Up Australia Day. I did that with Interact and some of the school captains. And I guess that was just really nice because we haven't really had one of those events in a while. But in terms of the last few years, I'm not quite sure. Maybe Year 9 Leadership Camp. That was like a really nice highlight. Definitely in my junior years. It really, I guess, got you to meet a few new people that you may not have in the earlier years of Kirwan. And that was really nice.
What about you, Brad? What was the highlight?
Year 11 Leadership Camp, probably the same. It brought everyone really close, I think. And that's led to a lot of us being more comfortable leading into this final year. Musical as well, it was good to have that back this year. It was really, really good. It's like the first one I've gone and seen while I've been at Kirwan, and it was fantastic.
Oh, that's good to hear. Recently we had an assembly, a final full school assembly, and we had a group of grade 12s stand up and give you a departing message. What did that mean to you?
That was really nice just to hear the teachers, I guess, give us a message. You know, they basically had a teacher from each department give us a little message to send us off and wish us good luck. And I guess it was just nice to hear that because we have so much going on in class at the moment that we don't even really have time for that. So it was really nice to just put a little bit of time aside to just, say goodbye and get a little message from our teachers for the last time.
Okay. And of course, this is Kirwan High is a big school. We've got a big cohort of finishing Year 12s. And as I said, we can't get ahead of ourselves. There's still a lot to do between now and then. But regular classes, soon disappear and we go into exams and then that very quick period of celebration at the end. What would be your message as the leaders of Kirwan State High School's student community? What would be your message to your fellow graduating grade 12s about the next 6 weeks?
Enjoy it. School's something that you'll never get to go back and do again. You get to spend 6 hours a day with all your mates. It's a lot different to the real world. So enjoy the last 6 weeks we've got.
Yeah, I agree with that. I guess, just be in the moment. There's definitely going to be times where you're stressed or nervous about the coming to the end, but you don't want to remember it like that. You want to remember the good times. So definitely put in everything. We've got activities next week just for grade 12, so get involved in them just for the last time.
Well, look, really wise words from the both of you, and I guess I'd like to wish you both the best. I know that this cohort is a wonderful group of young people, and I know that you're all going to move forward into the world and really make a difference when you get out there. So thank you very much for joining me today. So this week at Kirwan State High School, and indeed across Queensland state schools, has been Mental Health Week, and we've had a number of activities across the school to celebrate and recognise this really important week and to raise awareness amongst the school community. And joining me is Guidance Officer Mr Spilsbury, who put together our program for Mental Health Week. Melissa, welcome. Thank you for joining us today. What's the significance of Mental Health Week? What's it mean to a school like Kirwan High?
So research tells us that 1 in 5 students or young people experience mental health difficulties. So in a classroom of approximately 30 students, we're looking at 6 students per class. So it is quite significant when you look at those numbers. We're talking about a fifth. So it's about recognising, speaking out, accessing and educating the young people around what services we have available in the community, and what might be some of the symptoms or factors around mental health that they could be aware of.
So it's about making it, a topic of conversation, so to raising awareness and looking for opportunities to provide support to one another and access special support when needed.
Absolutely.
Okay. And what's been going on at Kirwan High?
So this week we've tried to keep it very positive. So it's there's been a PowerPoint happening in the quad just to educate and build awareness on the theme. So the theme this year is about taking time. and recognising the things that everyone, students, parents, adults, can do to look after their own mental health. We've had a couple of bands come in, so our school students have a band called Ace of Spades, so they came in on Tuesday at lunch and played for the students, and we had Melanesian Pride from our Youth with a Mission in Townsville, and they came and did a fantastic job at the lunchtime.
That's great. And what about at home? Any parents who are listening to this and thinking about what they could do? What are some simple things that they could do at home? I guess just to sort of check in with the young people in their household.
So I liken mental health a bit to similar to a balanced diet. So for any person to have sound mental health, they need a balance of a range of things. So a balance of a good diet, adequate nutrition, exercise, sleep. So obviously the recommendation is a minimum of 8 hours. We need relaxation. So relaxation needs to be a part of daily life as well. And then we also need healthy relationships, so building healthy relationships with friends, family, and that sort of thing. So when those things are in check, then generally speaking, people are typically able to function quite well.
And of course, if anybody does need support, the school is able to how should people reach out to the school?
Yeah, absolutely. So we do take referrals, for example, around concerns for student wellbeing via email. Students can present themselves if they've got concerns, and sometimes teachers do identify some changes in behaviour in their students and they will refer to us. So that's certainly one avenue. We can also point families in the right direction as well in terms of external support that they can get.
That professional support, I think, is really important, and I should mention that there will be a number of links at the bottom of this video that point people to external support should they need it. Thank you very much for joining us, Melissa, and happy Mental Health Week.
Thank you.
Of course, Term 4 is a really busy time of the school year, and there are a number of celebratory events that are coming up. Details of these events, their time, when they're occurring, are included in this newsletter for your information, and we would love to see as many parents as possible engaging in these events. Thank you.